The end of the year is a perfect time to review your budget, investment portfolio, and any recent financial decisions to ensure that you're on track to meet your goals and to determine whether or not any adjustments are necessary. Although monitoring your financial health should never be neglected, the end of the year is a perfect time to do so. To identify any potential areas for improvement and to capitalize on existing ones, such a study has to be comprehensive. When doing a yearly evaluation of your finances, it is crucial to make sure that you have covered all of your bases. This includes examining your expenditures as well as analyzing your credit report. So in this video, we're going to discuss 14 personal finance checks to do before the end of every year. Keep watching to know more, as hopefully these will be quite helpful for you in the process. 1. Investigate the use of your financial resources. Every customer should review how they spent their money over the last year and determine whether or not they achieved their savings goals. If you know how much money is coming in and going out, you'll have a better idea of the lessons you've picked up. You're not being honest with yourself if you do not review your cash flow, and you will not be able to determine whether or not you can do better next year. You may be able to save more, and you may see that some of the spendings you did in the previous year were unnecessary if you did not review your cash flow. 2. Determine whether or not your expenditures exceed your income. To begin, you need to face the facts of your money. You may ask yourself, did I spend more money than I earned this year? As a possible question to ponder, if the response is yes, there is the possibility of an existing debt issue. Don't worry, however, if you get the following year off to a good start, there are a lot of easy things you can change. You may make sense of your figures by using a spreadsheet, which will allow you to break down and adjust your costs in comparison to your pay. Number 3, review your budget versus spending. To begin, keeping track of your spending while keeping an eye on your budget is essential to long-term sustainability, whether you do it for business or personal reasons. It is essential to have a good understanding of whether you're underspending or overspending your money, since this will assist you in managing your cash flow and savings for the future year. Second, while one is evaluating their levels of debt and savings, one should ask themselves whether their debt and savings levels are sustainable and fall within realistic ratios. 4. Do a pro forma tax forecast. A tax projection using the pro forma method is something I would perform. This may make it easier for you to make any necessary modifications before the end of the year, whether those adjustments include making donations to charitable organizations or shifting the timing of certain costs following cash flow, estimates, and of course taxes. 5. Examine the report of your credit. You must go through the information that is included in your credit report and double-check to ensure that it is correct. An inaccurate amount or a missed payment may both hurt your credit score. However, an unusual credit inquiry or open account might be the first clue that your identity has been stolen. A free credit report may be obtained by consumers each year at no cost through the website annualcreditreport.com. 6. Make sure that there are no mistakes on your credit report. Get a copy of your credit report and look it over carefully. Errors may be found in around 1/3 of all consumer credit reports. Reviewing your credit report is the most effective technique to locate these problems and correct them, ultimately leading to an increase in your credit score. In addition, examining your credit report is the first step you should do to protect your identity from being stolen. Look for applications for credit or credit goods that you did not start yourself. 7. Make sure you check recurring expenses for any price hikes. For factor that's putting the greatest strain on your income or cost budget may change from one year to the next. An area that you should investigate during a year with significant inflation is your constant annual spending and any cost increases that have happened without a matching expansion in the amount that you use of that item or service. When you compare the prices of your constant lifestyle to the increases in those expenditures, you will learn how much space you have to establish a buffer to mitigate the effects of unforeseen occurrences. 8. Take a look at your donations to charities. The majority of my customers have requested that the focus of our year-end discussion be on analyzing their charity donations. We look at what they have previously contributed as well as what other options we have for reducing their anticipated tax burden as much as possible. Donations to charities not only assist the community in which one lives, but they also carry significant financial advantages for those with higher incomes. 9. Determine whether or not you have a sufficient amount of liquid savings. Ask yourself, are my funds in liquid assets at the level that I want them to be? Everyone needs to have at least 6 months' worth of living expenses stashed up in a liquid account so that they may be accessed quickly in case of an unexpected crisis. Carry out a thorough analysis of your financial situation every year and check to see whether you have the necessary cash and/or a strategy to increase your savings to the amount you want them to be. You should also use this time to investigate whether or not your bank offers a competitive annual percentage yield or APY and whether or not it charges fees that you can avoid. 10. Reduce costs wherever possible to save money. Review your annual budget and look for places where you can make cuts, particularly in costs that are occurring on a monthly or annual basis. Eliminate any unnecessary spending that you find. Eliminating wasteful spending from your budget will allow you to start the new year with more liquid assets at your disposal, as well as provide you the opportunity to maybe put away more funds for an emergency fund. 11. Take a look at your scorecard for balance. At the end of the year, every consumer needs to go over their balance scorecard and make any necessary adjustments to it. The scorecard needs to include a description of personal goals, objectives, performance measurements, and activities for personal development. For instance, those who want to be better at their financial situation to buy their personal property may choose to develop metrics that measure how much they spend on various forms of discretionary expenditure. 12. Research the maximum amounts that may be contributed to retirement plans. Contributions to your retirement savings programs that are permitted by the IRS should be used to your benefit. Investigate the many possibilities. A 401k, a Roth IRA, or even a health savings account are examples of these types of plans. It is essential to begin saving for retirement as soon as possible and to continue saving regularly. Keep in mind that you should max out your permissible contributions to all of your retirement accounts, and that if you're above the age of 50, you should take advantage of the catch-up contribution. 13. Update your beneficiaries. Be sure to check up on the people who stand to benefit from your investments, bank accounts, and other assets. The requirements for inheriting assets have been amended as a result of new laws that came into effect over the last 2 years. Thus, appropriate preparation on this front should be regularly updated. In addition, if you don't have powers of attorney in place, this is another issue that has to be addressed. This will assist in ensuring that your financial stability is safeguarded in the event of an emergency. 14. Update your estate plan. During the year, you may have had big life changes such as the birth of a child, the beginning of a new marriage, or relocation to a different state. Because of this, your estate plan has to be updated as well, and you should review it every year. Taking an inventory of all your assets, including digital assets, and preparing or amending your legal papers such as your will or trust are essential steps towards achieving effective planning. So what's your takeaway from this? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon if you want to get more informative videos like this. And we'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.